Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with Trader Summit. I have Mr. Dick Matthews from Pardus FX with us. We're meeting after a really crazy jobs report and ISM. Dollar got, clobbered, markets ripped, and we got CPI coming this week. What's happening, Mr. Matthews?
Well, I'm going to use a lovely word here, Panglossian. The markets are Panglossian, and I'm indebted to write it down. It's a great
I'm going to Google that really quick.
Yeah,
be right back.
I'm indebted to Helen Thomas, who is a fantastic market commentator and one person I always read and listen to, who writes a really good article. And she came out with this phrase, I don't know, a year or so back, and the markets just can't see anything wrong. They've just got a buy. They're just overly optimistic. I think, I was thinking today that the only person who could have experienced what we've experienced in terms of a lockdown and a pandemic would be someone the age of my dad. Now, my dad was born in 1910, and the last pandemic was Spanish flu in 1918. And he would have experienced that, although he was a very young kid. And none of us have seen this. And the economy's just completely changed, and people are taking these huge assumptions and they're just buying risk. And I think there's still a lot of problems out there.
Yeah. So do you think at this point in time, investors are kind of shrugging their shoulders, brushing off the issues, and they're going to continue to chase risk? Well, when do those problems come home to roost, and at what point do investors find out they're wrong?
That's a really good point, because that's the point when you go short. The markets. Inflation is going to be what, 6 and a bit this week, CPI number, I guess. Just 3 times the Fed's target. That's all. Nothing to worry about there. Anyone who ignores the Fed and ignores Jay Powell at their peril, he's still talking higher for longer. I think that the terminal rate is going to be something like 5%, and he's going to hold it there. And every time that you see risk assets climb up and risk come back in the market, he's going to come out as bearish as anything. And somewhere there's an event that's going to happen, whether it starts inflation again, whether it's oil prices, a cold snap, whatever, that there's a fear that inflation starts again. And at that point, then you go, hey, let's get out of these risk assets. I think it's craziness, absolute craziness what's going on.
Well, this week we have CPI, and then that's the read that we're going to get ahead of the February 1st, I believe it's the FOMC meeting that we're going to be coming up against. What are your expectations with the CPI? And let me ask you this, because I hear what you're saying, and you want to be a dollar bull. But what happens if the CPI data does come in a little weak, maybe in line, slightly weaker, closer to 6% than 6.5% year over year, and we see the euro rally to 108, and we see the sterling rally to 123? What do you do then? Do you trade against that move, or do you let it play out a little longer?
I had one of the reasons I'm looking so smart. I had lunch today with a really old friend of mine, a guy called Glenn Greenberg, who I will say his daughter's a fantastic guitarist. If you get a chance, you ought to Google Jess Greenberg. And Glenn's been trading the markets, I don't know, 40 years or something. We were talking about it, and we basically agree that the market's wrong. He said, I am just going in there and I'm scalping. I was in over non-farm payrolls. I had an order in above the market, got hit, rallied up, and I took my profit and close my book. I'm just looking for that quick one-off opportunity. I'm not running positions for a long time. I'm just in and out really, really quickly based on charts. No fundamental, whatever. And I'm not a chartist. And I think that's probably right, though. You just trade on the back of the charts, and, you follow what you believe in. And I think you could, see sterling back up 123, 123 and a half. And I think you're right on the euro that, that there could be a soft surprise in the CPI, but I think longer term that there's some nastiness brewing.
So you want to be buying dollar dips if we can get them. One thing that I've learned as a trader, and I think all the traders listening in today can can attest to and live by is it's okay to be wrong. It's just not okay to stay wrong. So, you know, if you're on the wrong, find yourself on the wrong side of a trade, get out and revisit that idea sometime in the future, right?
Yeah, the first cut is the cheapest.
The
it's a great
first
song.
cut is the cheapest, full stop. I love that, Mr. Matthews.
I ain't going to sing it, though.
I just don't like to face it, but you know, I want to say that, you know, over there at Pardus FX, you work with a lot of companies and a lot of high net worth individuals. You help them navigate around the markets. Is that a correct statement?
Right. Yeah, we advise and help guys navigate around the markets, high net worths and corporates, and try and give them some, not advice, we're not allowed to give advice, but just talk to them logically and say, you know, bang, 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 bang. Today's not a good day to trade. There's too much noise. Tomorrow's a better day. There's nothing going on. And just try and guide people, because a lot of people don't understand the FX markets unless you're a trader. You know, they can be quite baffling. So that's basically what we're there to do.
Well, I appreciate your insights as always. What's the best way to follow Mr. Dick Matthews?
Either on Twitter. I'm getting an American accent there. It's my mother coming through to me at Dickie Matthews 5, or on pardusfx.com, which I'm normally on there, or LinkedIn. So happy to answer any questions.
Well, thank you very much, Richard. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you each and every week, and for us to get your insights. And good luck this week with CPI.
Fingers crossed.
Talk to you soon.
Have a good week.
Hey traders, Blake Morrow here. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also click the bell notifications so you do not miss any of our market-related trading analysis from some of the leading industry experts. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next video.